Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we're going to show you how ridiculous it is when people who are supposedly representatives of we the people, I don't even know if I can call them people, I can call them Stockholm Syndrome driven mushheads. How about mushheads? Who literally brag on television about their ignorance. I mean, and this is one of those things that kind of hits home for me in particular. Why? Because really this is the mentality of so many people that live in either New York City or they live in Long Island. I'm not even talking about like the greatest areas of either of those places, right? Not like they're living in the Hamptons. They just already feel like they're part of the elitist crowd. Look where we live. We live in the greatest city in the world, in the greatest suburb in the world. We're obviously smarter than the rest of the country. And it's almost like when you were in high school and you had the cool kids, and, you know, there's a group of cool kids, some of them, you know, I guess intellectually more gifted than others, let's say it that way, making the academic achievements, some not, but they all felt like they were smarter. And even those making those academic achievements would dare not go out of the scope. And then, you know, in certain aspects of social life in school, you get made fun of if you were oh, you're book smart, huh, buddy? Oh, they know better. It's like the precursor to conspiracy theory. Okay? So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to play this woman just basking in her ignorance, you know, saying, hey, just do what I say. Don't do any kind of research or independent thinking on your own. And she's going to do so at an Andrew Capo Cuomo press conference from the 15th. Okay? This is now over a week old. Sometimes I miss things. And I had seen this clip, actually. It's going to be premiering, I believe, the clip. I think Chrissy Mayer played it on like a short little TikTok video. And our podcast, the video version, should be up in a few hours, I think, or 2 hours maybe. But look out for that. And this is listen, I didn't even mean to stop it on this still, but I was just getting this to rip the video. Look at this, America's governor. The entire media sphere nationally in this country told you this was America's governor. They let him write a book. He's not going anywhere. They've obfuscated real scandals, both pre and post-COVID, authoritarian dictates that clearly have not worked and clearly have eviscerated the middle class in that whole state to implement the beginnings of a UBI-driven automation nation, social credit score, medical martial law, beacon of truth for the predator class. That there he is America's governor. A huge scumbag that just lies and lies and lies and lies and stays there. And that's why, and again, when you have Americans like this one, okay, Americans like this one, coming up here and bragging about, I ain't looking up the ingredients of the infusion, I am rolling up my sleeve, and I am taking the infusion. We're going to play more than that whole clip. We're going to play her whole little parade, okay? Because I think it's really important. We're going to be talking about a few other things here. We may have to go on the other side and basically rockfin for the end of this video to really tell you how I feel. Because I don't want to get hit with medical misinformation. I simply want to tell you that this woman is bragging that she will not do any research into what she's putting in her body. And I'm sure that she'll be more than happy to get her weekly Krispy Kreme donut, which I don't need. Weird. I don't need a free donut. Thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay? So make sure you have the free Rockfin account because, things are going to get wild in this one. Remember, I'm a documentary filmmaker. They're all free. I still haven't put Invisible Empire up on Rockfin, but that's there. I did see in the comments, however, people were asking me about my interview with Jamie Deluxe and Jim Mars. There is, I'm not sure if it's premium or not, but if you search Rockfin and Jim Mars, you should see one of my old school interviews with Jim Mars from over a decade ago. So I hope you check that out as well. And right out of the gates, we're gonna point out some inconsistencies in this video. And I started it with this guy on purpose, okay? Because there's Cuomo, he's not quite in his hero's pose that we see here. I mean, come on. This is cartoon level. Is that what his bust is going to look like when they have taken over the whole country? And it's NWO style, and the East Coast is probably not going to be New York anymore. They'll rename it. They'll rename it to get rid of that American. They don't want any kind of remnants of liberty, or they don't want to know who Peter Stuyvesant is, or any kind of history there. But they want you to know about this guy. Probably make it as tall as the Twin Towers were. Just a beacon of Cuomo. There it is. The Great Reset. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for being a minion. Okay? So now everybody's masked up, but they're not 6 feet apart, right? That fantasy is gone away. But the funny thing is that this guy right here in the bow tie is going to go and stand right next to Cuomo and not wear his mask. He's probably just going to forget. So that's why I'm starting it with him. But let the party begin. Let's watch somebody bask in their ignorance.
Thank you so much.
Oh, let's wipe it down. See, he's standing right there. They hug right next to each other. They embrace.
Well, thank you very much.
None of it makes sense.
It is an honor to be here. It is a cold spring day. I am surrounded by clergy.
Oh, there he goes. Puts it on.
And our governor is on Long Island.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wonderful, wonderful day.
Oh, we love Long Island, huh? Long Island. Woo! Strong Island, bro.
Wonderful day. Governor, I want to thank you for your leadership. I want to look at you. I want to thank you for your leadership and for your resolve for this issue. We need you to continue going with this vaccine.
That's right. That's right.
We need you to keep going with this vaccine.
Guys, do you understand why we're playing the whole thing? Do you understand? I mean, guys, this was the kind of stuff I was watching ad nauseum before I got out of that state. You remember the Chris Rock, Rosie Perez press conference where Chris Rock is in blue gloves? One of my favorite comedians of all time. Oh, my goodness.
COVID has devastated this state. Long Island continues to be one of the hardest hit regions, especially for our Black and brown New Yorkers. We must take the vaccine. Now, I'm going to tell you a personal story, off script. So today, right after this, I am going to have an infusion. And I'm going to have an infusion because I want to make sure that the cancer that was in my body does not return. I'm not asking what's in the infusion. I'm not looking up all of the ingredients in the infusion. I am sticking out my arm and I am taking the infusion. And that's what we have to do. Our community.
So let's stop. Now, think about the levels of ignorance she's bragging about right now. She's not only equating her treatment for cancer with the boop boop, right? And we've already talked ad nauseum right now about DARPA and how they're going to cure cancer for us now and other diseases. And we're going to have contact tracers for other diseases. And basically, she's telling you that she developed cancer and she really didn't look into all the different types of treatments or what treatments she was going to be taking to put into her body. She's just taking infusions. Well, I can tell you, as, one of these pig-headed, stubborn, critical thinking human beings, that no matter what I was diagnosed with, before I put whatever a doctor prescribed to me in my body or accepted that prescription or medical procedure, I would look into it. I would want to know the ingredients. So again, this speaks to the generational, almost dumbing down and Pavlovian training of common people to think they know better because they've put their trust in someone else. In most cases, a stranger who makes more money than them. And then those people who are prescribing it do the same thing and the same thing and the same thing.
Take insulin, metformin, all kinds of, we can line up at the drugstore so quickly because we want to save our lives.
And once again, that speaks to the ignorance of that. I have never rolled up my sleeves for any of that or taken any of those types of medication. Period. I'm going to be 42 this year. The last time I took a shot was when I was ignorant to all of this subject matter in college. That's it. That's a wrap. That's 20 plus years ago now. Okay? And I've decided that when I put something into my body, I am going to look up the ingredients. I don't line up at the pharmacy. But then again, I've taken care of my body probably more than this woman. I mean, how much older do you think this woman is than me? Ballpark. We should look her up. Her name is Tracy. What is it? Tracy. Man, I wish I had it right offhand, but it might be Tracy Meadows. Let me see if I can't bring it up here for a second. The point being, let's see what her name is. Tracy Edwards. Okay, find out Tracy, Tracey Edwards. Look her up, Long Island. Tracy Edwards. How old is that woman? And you see, they've used that we're so unhealthy as a nation. Remember, CDC, 78% were obese or overweight that died from this thing, were hospitalized from this thing. I don't want to get a fact check, okay? I don't want to get a fact check. Well, let's put it on screen. There it is, okay? Authoritative source. So let's continue with, and she wants to impose her medical martial law on you and your family and your children. It's disgusting. And she'll get all this for it. All that.
And that's what the governor is talking about. We must take the vaccine. The vaccine is a weapon that wins the war on COVID. And we need our clergy because, as Martin Luther King said, religion and science are not competing interests.
For her to invoke Martin Luther King Jr. and try to use religion as a tool to persuade people to not look into what is being put into their bodies is completely and totally inverted. My God.
They are our trusted messengers.
Trusted messengers.
And when your pastor says to do something, you trust your pastor, you trust your doctor. That's what we need to do. This shot is the only thing that will get our lives back.
Now, let me stop that for a second. It's the only thing that's going to get our lives back, right? Now, a lot of people have heard that same thing overseas. Well, I got news for you. No. It will be officially illegal on Monday to try to leave the country. See what I'm saying here? And they've taken some, a boopity boop's gonna take the boop. I wanna leave my country. Now this is scary because, in Germany, again, a lot of people say, well, why didn't all these people flee? Wasn't the writing on the wall? Well, now, even if the writing is on the wall, they make it even more difficult and want to make it illegal for you to leave, right? And by the way, remember, rolling out some V plans over at hotels, over at Yankee stadiums, Meanwhile, they make, cartoon books about Fauci, a guy that I don't know why we didn't throw out of the picture altogether once he said we should never shake hands again. We should never shake hands again. You'll never be able to travel where you want again. This woman saying it's the only way out. The only way out of what? Exactly. And she's wallowing and basking and bragging about her ignorance.
Whichever vaccine is offered to you.
Doesn't matter which one. I mean, hey, right? Look. We don't, is it going to be the one that maybe I could risk an increase of being infected with HIV? I don't know. Is it the one that gave the false HIV positives? Wait, which one is it? I'm not sure. Please tell me. Please tell me. I mean, the madness, folks. The madness. It's all right here in front of you. And here's the thing. She talks about this, but look, and this is a story literally a week from where she's speaking. 25 of New York City's zip codes see COVID positivity rates rise above 10% amid fears New York variant could infect those who have already been booped. But this is the only way out. Take whatever one. Don't ask. I am taking infusions in my body. I am not asking questions. I am thanking Andy Capo Cuomo.
The governor, our governor, has done an amazing job for Long Island.
This is the same guy that when the boop was first coming out via a Trump administration was warning that they may not take it. And then as soon as the elections were over, he's like, "Oh, it's great. It's the best thing since breakfast." He couldn't be more transparently political. They gave him an Emmy. He's not even that good of an actor.
For New York. It is there for you to take it, and we cannot have any excuses at all. We all need to do our part, not just for ourselves, but for our families, for our friends, for our community. So, Governor, I thank you for being here. You stay continuing to lead us through this crisis because we need you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, no, we can't, no. I'm not gonna put myself through that torture. We're not gonna be watching this guy. So here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you how I really feel about all that on the other side over at ROKFIN, ROKFIN, there it is, Rockfin, okay, rockfin.com/Jason Bermas. This is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys understand. I don't want to get hit with any medical misinformation or cyberbullying because I happen to not agree with a woman who wants to enforce medical martial law on me and not look into anything they decide to put in my body on a various degree of different things, right? It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. So go make the free account. Join me over there if you want to support me. The links are down below. The best way to support me is to share the Rockfin links or become a premium member and endorse Jason Bermas. And then you get everybody's premium content. It's $9.99 a month. That $9.99 a month goes a long way. And again, it is building a platform that's going to allow me to speak and say what I really feel about what I just watched. Because I've got to tone it down. So YouTube, sayonara, and we'll see you on the flip. Rockfin, let's get ready